Okay.
Live.
Is it live? Are we live? I can't tell. I don't see it going on my screen.
We live, babe?
It's live on mine.
What? Yep.
What's up, everybody?
Got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pirates of all ages, we are back with another live here. We got some special guests. If everybody wants to introduce themselves, starting with Jack.
Okay. Hey, I'm Locker Nuts, Jack. How's everyone doing? Thanks, Mike, for having me on the show tonight. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Wade.
What's up, guys? Wade from Wade's Ventures here today. And while you're in chat, guys, I want you guys to give all the love to Jack. He looks like he's working hard over there with that background, right?
Making my piles.
True storage unit buyer right there, guys.
I think it's a backdrop. I think he's got a green screen going.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
Jason?
What's going on, guys? Jason Thrift Trader here. Thank you so much to Storage Auction Pirate for having us here. This is going to be an awesome show, guys.
Last but not least, Mr. 49er over here.
Niner, baby. Star Stalker here. Just want to say thank you. Thank wrong way. Thank you. What's up, guys? I'm happy to be here with you guys right now.
I appreciate you being here. Am I a special co-host here? Want to introduce yourself?
I'm the Salt Princess.
The Salt Princess. And I'm the Storage Auction Pirate. And so I got Jack and Alex have been on my lives a lot lately. We've been having special guests. So tonight's Wade's and Thrift, and we're all here to just discuss the same things that we like to discuss every week: buying storage units, how we make money, and what we love about this job, and maybe even what we dislike. Who knows? I mean, some of us have to have dislikes about this. One thing I want to talk about right off the bat is Jason has started a store here, and I'd like to hear about how that's going and what you've done to get that off the ground and stuff.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's been going really well, actually. We're on track our first month to make $5,000 in sales, which it isn't terrible for just being things that essentially mostly would be found in yard sales. It's doing good. It's given me an opportunity to be able to sell, the odds and ends that come out of storage units without actually having yard sales in the middle of winter. Because when you live here in Oklahoma, we get some pretty brutal cold weather, and it would just put a halt on yard sale season. So, the thrift store is doing pretty good, actually.
Nice. Now, would you have made that same $5,000 a month without this store?
No, not at all, actually. We've had yard sales, just weekend yard sales, and I mean, we pull 800 or 900 in a weekend, but it's limited time. At the end of the day, what I've noticed is if we have yard sales every weekend, people start labeling you as the professional yard sailor, and they just simply quit coming.
There's a lot of that around here. You wonder how this, like every Sunday, the person has the same stuff set up across from my storage unit. They got like a bookshelf, an ottoman, a couple things of clothes, and it's every week. I didn't see nothing change, but it's been going on for about 6 weeks though.
Yeah.
I got one of them around the corner from my house, and she uses my tree for an arrow stand. I just had to rip it down earlier. I'm going to go tell her, though, you got to start ripping your arrows. I don't mind you use it, but you got to take them down.
I charge her like $20 a week for that.
She's one of them professional yard sellers, and I doubt she makes that on the weekend. But I got a question for you in the store, because I know a lot of the guys that are in this business, I always hear a lot of the guys, and me myself, they always talk about trying to open a store. I want to know, when you load your store up with stuff, do you just put everything in there, or you kind of pick and choose?
I mean, I try to keep the trash out. I look through the clothing. If it's stained up, I'm not going to put it in there. If it's something that, believe it or not, even if I don't think that someone will buy it, I'll put it on the shelf, because more often than not, I'll put it on the shelf and it sells the same day. And I'm just like, holy crap, why does anybody want this? But it's gone.
Try it once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I always wanted to like try to open a store and get that, and I always wondered what would I do with all the little things. And then I think like my idea was just basically put like a section in the corner or something and just call it the dollar corner with just everything.
Yeah.
Shop at your own risk.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't realize like my thrift store is actually pretty small. 1,000 foot of retail space, and I have about 200 foot back behind a wall that I kind of sort through things, and I also do eBay while I'm there. But aside from that, it's only 1,000 square foot of retail space, and so pulling in about $5,000 a month from only 1,000 foot is actually pretty good.
Yeah, that is. It's real good because that's not that much space.
Yeah.
Got to maximize your space, like a flea market booth or anywhere. You got to get every little area, field, floor to roof you can to keep it occupied.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, what was your square footage in your unit?
Mine is 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
About 950 actually.
Okay, so probably about pretty much almost the same as that.
Yeah, it's pretty much about the same size as this. But you could do a lot with that if you set it up right and maximize shelves and.
I've got gondola shelving on both sides. Both sides. It's kind of like set up hot dog style. It's not like just a perfect square. It's kind of narrow and long, and I have my shelving is all along both sides of the wall, and then I have clothing racks down the middle, and a couple of other shelves right there in the middle as well. So it works out.
That's awesome.
All right. Wade, what you been up to? You got any exciting things going on?
I do have some exciting things going on. Somebody just asked where I was at. Guys, I released a video a week ago. Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. Soon, guys, soon you'll know. But I think it's really cool, Jason, that you created your brick and mortar store there, especially since you have like no lease. Like you can really try it out. And it looks like everything's going great, so that's pretty exciting. I've always wanted to, kind of a space I can get rid of that stuff that's not too expensive to put on eBay, but still will fly off the shelves,
Yeah.
But so, yeah, everything's going great. It's I picked up 3 storage units, going through it now, and it's getting ready to chop the videos up and release them. But everything's going great. And if you guys look, you see Alex. You see his eyes popping to the right and left. It's because he's looking at this game. Hopefully, nobody bet on Green Bay. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'll let you guys see real quick what I'm looking at. Oh, that's my baby mama.
At least not by 24.
Oh man!
Right there. There it is. I got my eyes peeled over there. Real Niner fan.
Yeah. Let me know if they get a touchdown.
I'll let you know for sure. Sorry,
Jack,
Jack,
they get a touchdown.
I bet the over 43. But my phone died. So I'll have to see Alex's face.
If I scream and throw my phone, then something happened.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey Jack, I just want to apologize ahead of time for what happened to your team today.
That's all right. That's all right. It happens.
Yeah.
I haven't lost the faith.
Honorary Niner fan for the year, Jack.
Huh?
We'll make you an honorary Niner fan for the year.
You don't have to make me. I don't root against the Niners.
That's what
I like them.
Hey Jack, how did all them pods turn out you got?
You know what? I was actually just going through them today. They've been sitting there for a week, but the rain's coming, so I have to. They're stored outdoors. I have to get in there. One of the biggest one that we bought turned out pretty fantastic. There's like North Face, REI, Vans, like good stuff, clean, quality, barely used. The other 2 pallets we bought is like they straight up like put garbage in boxes and taped it up. It's like can't even believe what's in there. Just like wrecked shoes, papers, gross, dirty. It's nasty. So we got the good. It's like I'm thinking we're gonna do a good versus bad, like thumbnail. Good versus bad, because every box like, is this a good one or a bad one? They're all mixed up at this point. But it's cool. I like it though. I've never done it before.
Nice.
Yeah.
What'd you buy? 6, 7?
I bought one lot had 6 pallets, then 2 pallets, and then once I bought 10 pallets.
So would you go to it again?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
That's all.
I kind of regret missing it. I kind of regret not going that morning, but It's all right. Everything happens for a reason.
Who tried to encourage you to go?
Jack.
Jack. I told you to go buy them all.
Nah, it was I should have went, but I forgot what I was doing that day. It was the weekend. Wifey kind of keeps me on lockdown during the weekend.
Oh, blame it on Liz.
There's 140 pallets, and there wasn't that many people, and I bought 10 of them. So by the end, everyone I think was full. They're selling literally a pallet stacked, probably 5 feet tall with boxes, $25 a pallet, and some of them weren't even selling because everyone's just maxed out.
I wonder how many more of those were garbage though.
I know, you just don't know because they're all shrink wrap. They look like new boxes, brand new boxes, and the shrink wrap's it's a complete gamble.
And they do auctions every blue moon, huh?
Once a year, I think.
Yeah, that.
We got I've got a question here for Jason. Storage Legends wants to know what you pay for rent, and as well, somebody else asked where you and Wade's are from. If you could let everybody know.
Yeah, I pay $800 a month, and it's no contract at all. It's month to month lease, and it's not too bad, honestly, because all bills are paid also except for electricity, and fortunately for me, heat is on gas, not electric. So at least I don't have a huge electric bill until summertime comes. And I'm from Oklahoma. Wade?
He's from Oklahoma, and he does this massive catfishing, where you put your arm in a hole and pull out these.
Noodling?
Noodling, yeah.
Oh, I want to try that so bad. You can use your foot too, right? You can use your foot, your arm, like anything.
Use your foot. Can you imagine?
I'd just be scared of the little barbs that come out of the catfish. Oh man, these things are scary.
Yeah.
Golly. Wade's always ruffling my feathers on live YouTube.
Oh, you don't really do that?
I've done it before once.
No. Alex, I got you, my man.
Alex is excited. Alex is ready to go now.
Yeah. He's like, I'm from Oregon, though, guys. I love it in Oregon. I spent a lot of time in California, Orange County, but from Oregon, I buy storage units kind of all over the state of Oregon, some in Washington as well. So, but yeah, it's and I have I think somebody asked, oh, maybe not. That was a different question, but I have a warehouse. I don't have a store. That would be awesome to have a store, though. And I have been getting some crazy adult quote unquote storage units recently. So it's been interesting the last few.
What does that mean exactly, Wade, when you say adult storage units?
Yeah, it's interesting. Normally you get that stuff, but it's been kind of at the max lately for some reason. So I don't know. Maybe it's because it's wintertime. I don't know, and everybody's inside because it's snowing and raining out, but it's been interesting.
Alex, Judy G says if you come to Tennessee, she will take you noodling.
Really?
Ooh.
I really want to do it. I really want to noodle. That'd be an awesome video too.
I'll be your cameraman.
You ain't gonna be my camera. You gonna be in the water too with your
I'm a land creature.
Get your GoPro.
Man, her name's Little Mama Stalker.
I'll bring a fishing pole.
That's hilarious.
Ask Jason. He's the expert.
Hey, I went noodling once, and I caught a 65-pound flathead catfish with my bare hands, and that was good enough for me.
But how can you not tell him the rest of the story, Jason?
What?
The fact that we got it filleted and we try to eat it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So fish that big, catfish that big, they're not good eating. I figured that out the hard way. They're just real fatty meat. You can't eat them.
Yeah, they said.
Shadow Michael wants to know if you've had any more skunks lately, Alex.
No, I haven't. No skunks. Someone tried to break into my trailer the other day, but no skunks. He was like a skunk.
Yeah, we're waiting for the footage on that. You said you're gonna pull up your security camera.
Oh yeah, I gotta get off my camera. It's a guy. You just see a glance of him, and he looks into my trailer, looks in the back of my truck, then looks in my truck. And I came out and was kind of hiding behind him behind my trailer. And when he came back, he parked right behind my trailer. When he came back, I jumped out and got kind of mad at him and stuff. But you could tell he's up to no good because as soon as he pulled off and no tail lights, but his headlights were weird. He probably pulled a fuse or something to turn them off. And it was a U-Haul truck, not the big trailer, just the truck. And I'm like, man, this guy's out here. You could tell he was on some type of drugs. It was crazy.
Some type.
Some
Gotta love those midnight scavengers, you know?
It wasn't even midnight. It was like 10 o'clock.
That's midnight somewhere.
Oh, yeah, that is.
So, has anybody had any incredible finds or interesting units you want to talk about lately?
I don't want to spoil it. I need to get back on YouTube, honestly. But I did have one that I bought last week, and I paid $200 for it. And 2 foot into the doorway, there was this big something leaning up against the side of the door, and it was wrapped up in a rug. And I didn't know exactly what to think, but when we got it unwrapped, the rug was a Native American rug, and then it was one of those big 5 foot tall tobacco Indian statues.
Oh.
And then there's tons of other crap in this storage unit, but that's all I'm going to tell y'all about.
That's cool. Can't wait. I want to see that video.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
See that one. Yeah, the one me and you got, Mike. I'm excited for that one.
I'm excited too.
Are we releasing some stuff tomorrow or what?
We have you just. Is that your way of saying you're ready to release?
I'll be ready in my usual time around 3. But remember, Little Mama was behind the scenes recording a lot of stuff, and she said she's ready to drop a little something in the morning. Basically the background of everything we got going on.
She's gonna have to wait on that one video.
Yeah, for sure.
For a couple
That's
days.
We got the background one. Like you guys, man, you guys gotta tune in. You guys gotta see. It's gonna be crazy.
This is one of the biggest finds I've ever had of this one particular type of item. I don't want to disclose what it is. I've never found so many of these in a storage unit. We're sending them off, getting taken care of the proper way, and already closed the deal on them as well. Big. I'm excited for this one. That'll be like my 3rd video, I think.
Will it?
Well, we each filmed like 3 videos, so it'll be towards the end of the week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. I got a lot of videos to put out.
Just know it's gonna be fire.
That's why we do it, guys. You get those crazy units, or those. The one thing I love about storage unit buying is you get not only really cool stuff, but a lot of times they have multiples of whatever they're collecting, so you just get vast amount. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see that video.
Oh, there was a
Can I see your shirt?
I can't believe. I'm blessed. I think these last couple of months of storages, I can't even freaking fathom how many times I keep saying like, oh, "This is my best unit," and then boom, another one comes. I'm like, "This is my best unit," and then this last couple of months has been the roller coaster of finds for me. I don't know. And we haven't even typed in on the other one we bought.
Good things happen to good people, brother. That's what happens.
You know what this guy said? Mike told me we were texting, right? And he's like, "Oh man, I'm so happy I got a good unit. It's been so long." I'm like, it's been so long. Like the last one was like 42 days ago, where you just made a boatload of money. Like I'm like, no, Mike, Me, I'm on a dry spell. My dry spell probably been like a 2-month dry spell before I even got something good, and now I did. And he's like, "Oh, it's been so long." I'm like, "Oh man, come on, Mike."
I get bored if I don't find something great in like 3 days. Like I'm like, I don't know.
You're always chasing that like big high. That for me, it was that Nike unit. I'm always chasing that crazy unit, and I don't know if I'll ever get there.
Chasing the dress. That's exactly how I feel, because like a lot of people, I get comments and people are always mad, like, "Pirate, that's worth $30." And I like when you do this for a living, you sell thousands of items a month. Like, not to be spoiled, but like I don't even usually get impressed if the item is $1,000. Like I've seen so many $1,000 items in this business. I'm bored with $1,000. Yeah.
Well, just send them my way, Pirate.
Yeah, hello.
I mean, I still enjoy selling them. They just don't excite me, Like it's like drinking water. You have to do it, but it's boring, you know.
Like how you do say that though. It is a little bit more adrenaline when you find that one thing like you never really seen before. Like Mike's seen it before, but I never seen them. They were the what were they, Mike? The big disc.
The laser discs.
Laser. I never seen one of those before, and like when I opened, I'm like, Mike, it's like a big old CD. He's like, no, it's a movie, and we start going through. It's like Star Wars, like a whole bunch of them. Like you got to tune into the video, but you'll see them. But it's like the excitement to find something different that I never really seen. It's like a whole nother excitement. I liked it a lot.
Oh, dude, like I've got in a storage unit that I shouldn't have bought for $800 last week, but we'll get into that later. There is like reel-to-reel movies, like I think 1/2-inch or 1/4-inch tape and a projector for those movies. So I can't wait to actually hook that thing up and try it out.
Watch the movies, huh?
That's cool.
It was hilarious, guys. Before we went live, Jason was over there and he's like, "Can I have a moment of silence for my really bad buy recently?" It was so hilarious. So
It is what it is.
yeah.
I'll get my money back.
Yeah, just keep. I had some bad buys recently, but my bad buys are like $5 and $10. No $800 bad buys recently.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, is it really a bad buy? I don't think so, because we've got some signed and numbered prints, artwork in there, tons of baseball cards. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to get my money back, but I think that the time invested in it isn't really going to be like, it's not going to double my money or triple my money, but we'll get the money back pretty easily.
I feel like, and I could be wrong, guys, but like you see all these amazing finds come out of these, videos and these storage units, and you guys that are, either buying it now or you're new or you want to buy storage units and you're wanting those really cool units, they will come. You just have to be positive, because they will definitely come. You just got to continuously buy them, and it's a numbers game, and eventually you're going to hit a really great storage unit. But you got to have a positive mindset, because they will definitely come.
And just so you know, if you keep buying and buying, the trash pile gets bigger and bigger.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yes.
I just hauled off 1.6 tons of trash. 1.6 tons. Think about that for a minute, guys.
And if you can't make it as a full-time storage unit buyer, you can be a full-time noodler if you want.
Or a full-time trash guy.
Just don't eat the fish.
And that's come from Alex, who's never done it before.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I heard about that though. When they're like too big, they're like basically, I think it was it sturgeon or some other fish where they're so big and it's just like you can't even eat it. No, striper. I think it's striper. When they're so big, you're supposed to just let them go.
I know.
Hey, can I see your shirt, Wade?
Oh, Wade's Ventures, guys. You haven't
That's a
seen
nice
it.
shirt.
Yeah. YouTube.
I've always had a question. What is the legalities to dispersing a shirt that has the YouTube play button on it?
I don't know. I'm kind of a rogue, so I'm like, but I don't know actually. I did this for Vegas when I was a guest speaker for eBay this year. So, but yeah, probably not a good idea.
All right, that's good to know. Because I've always wanted to do that with my name on there, but I'm always afraid to put the play button on there.
Yeah. I think like I'm such a small fry that they probably wouldn't do anything anyways. They're like, but who knows?
I mean, it's promotion for them. I mean, I don't see why in the world they would even bat their eyes at it, to be honest.
Rogers touchdown.
Yeah, you see that? I'm mad.
They're making a comeback.
Making a comeback.
Man, I'm telling you, don't. Oh, and they made the 2-point.
Jack, I was curious if there's any update on your unit that was broken into.
Not really. This is just two things that happened terrible. One is the break-in, but I don't think that much was taken because there wasn't that much good stuff in there to begin with. But two, they didn't get their elevator inspected, and it's on the second floor, so I can't even get the stuff out of there. So right now it's kind of in limbo. The facility credited me for the rest of the month, so I have to pay rent. But, man, there's heavy stuff. I can't take it down the stairwell. So it's a comedy of disasters over there.
So if we get our units broken into, we get extra free rent?
It's up to the facility man, the regional manager. But
Alright.
since I rented this one back for a month, I had to get it out, and I had to go over the time because I couldn't get it out. The break-in, calling the police, and then the elevator is like, it's messed up. But now we got rain coming. Now I've got a unit that's not cleared out, and I got rain coming. It's just
Pirates.
oh, man.
I can see Pirates' wheels turning. He's over there like, how can I rig?
Oh yeah, I was thinking how I can have Uncle Michael start breaking into all my units and just get.
Don't do it where ours got broken into, because they can care less. She said, all right, we'll just get whatever's left and go. I'm like, well, whatever then, shoot.
It's very common, actually. You guys don't think it's common, but units get broken into all the time.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
I went to a U-Haul live auction 2 weeks ago and bought 4 units. One of them I had a bunch of cast iron cookware in, and another one had a bunch of I don't know why they'd take this, but a bunch of baby car seats. And in both units, 2 of those units, each of them, the cast iron cookware got stolen in one of them, and the car seats in the other one.
Yeah.
Them car seats, it was like a month back. Everyone was stealing them and taking them back to Walmart. I think Walmart was crediting people a couple dollars for them and no questions asked, just bring their car seat in.
Yeah.
And literally, like on the news, I was watching the news and they were like, people were breaking into cars, stealing them off porches. Like it was a car seat epidemic. It was so bad that Walmart said that they were going to cut it short. They cut it like in short by like a month and said they weren't doing it no more. I don't know what they were trying to get old car seats off.
I think it was $25 per car seat, up to 2 car seats per household. You got a $25 gift card. So you get $50 gift card, Walmart gift card for bringing in 2 car seats.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they were taking them from everywhere. Like, you're going to break into someone's car, you're going to steal it off their porch. I'd be mad trying to go to take kids to preschool the next morning and their car seats are gone. Oh, man.
Yeah,
We got a super chat and a question from D. Sidem. It says, opinions, please. I got to deal with a company that has multiple locations in my town, and where all the units don't sell, they get donated to them for free, and no one goes through them before them. What is your guys' opinions on that, Jack?
Better have some, big truck and trailer and some help, because at least around here, a lot of them don't get sold. And they tend to be really junky and rather large. So I think you're going to be taking on a lot. So make sure you have help and make sure you have the means to move it. Good luck to you. Yeah, but there's money to be made for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
That's interesting. It really depends on the situation, really. Do you have space? Time is a factor. And they are junky. I've got a lady right now in Oregon that buys all the let's say $1 to $10 units. She does extremely well. Yes, it's a lot of work and there's mattresses, but they have, I think it's like 20 acres and they burn a bunch of stuff legally. Mm-hmm. And so they don't have to pay dump fees, and they, time is not necessarily a factor since they're not really paying much for it, it kind of offsets. So really just depends on your situation. There's no way in heck I can deal with that because, I've got to buy some of the better units because just my space is limited, but really depends on that. I would say try a few storage units and see if you can handle it. And then if you can't, and you can kind of backtrack.
All right. Alex
likes your answer.
Woo! Really? Oh my God.
Sorry.
Let me look.
Honestly, me personally, I would probably take it on as a different type of business than what we do, and I would take it as try to start a business with it and really just get paid to dump the stuff. And if you come across good stuff, yeah, put it up. But other than that, that's a business opportunity right there, honestly.
Yeah. When you don't have to put that much capital up front, it sounds like. I mean, it's the
basically you get to cherry pick. Yeah. Cherry pick the good stuff, and then the rest of the stuff just take it to the dump. But I know that out here, I think in order to get a contract, you have to have $1 million insurance policy or something like that.
It depends on your state. Around here, to do dumping hauling, you have to have a $1 million policy and business license. In the insurance covers, I think, state, but the business license needs to be per city. But that might not be the same for every state and county.
You, Jason, you got I've got a $2 million policy on my warehouse. You got one on your retail space, right?
Yeah, I have a $2 million retail or $2 million business liability policy. Yeah, on the retail space. Yeah.
Who are you going through? Are you going through Geico?
No, it's through. I can't even remember the name off the top of my head, really. But on what she was saying, honestly, in my state, and this might be the same for her, active duty military, those storage units cannot legally be auctioned off. So, for instance, they have to literally give those units away, and that might be beneficial in her instance because those could potentially be very good storage units that have no chance at auction to begin with. Also, I'm telling you right now, like even if it looks like trash, if the odds are still pretty high that you're going to find some really good things. Okay. I don't suggest just going out and buying a whole bunch of trash units. But this last unit that I'm talking about, as far as like the Native American stuff that's in there, from the naked eye, it looks like a bunch of trash. But the few things that I could see in there did look broken, but they looked old. And that's what I was going by. They looked really old, and everything was extremely dusty. And I just said, you know what? Whatever's in there, if there's anything at all, it's going to be old. It's going to be vintage. And so I got it. And I'm glad I did because we're finding K-bar knives. We're finding vintage Pyrex percolators. We're finding tons of vintage stuff. And, if it looks trashy, it doesn't mean that it actually is. So.
If I look back, some of the best storage units I purchased the last 2 months have been, when I'm talking online storage units, I've done some live, but online. Remember, you're at the mercy of the facility taking the photos, and sometimes they take really bad photos on.
Yeah.
What I would say about what they want to do is I always say scare money don't make money, but the flip side of that is lazy money don't make money. So if you don't have the access to just go buy units and they're not just frequently something you win because of a lot of people, you're getting free merchandise. You can't lose. I've never lost on a dollar unit. I've never lost on any $5 unit. Free is you're paying you. It's better than free because the swing behind free is you're getting paid sometimes to take it too. Goodwill can dump stuff. The dumps you can recycle, and you could probably put truckloads of free after you cherry pick it, and someone else would come take it from you, even on Craigslist. I mean,
here's something that I didn't know until just recently, but Salvation Army, at least here in Oklahoma, Salvation Army will take any mattresses off your hands because they take them down to Texas and they refurbish them. So that kind of saves on dump fees a little bit.
Yes. Some nonprofits too. You'd be surprised how many nonprofits will go to your location and pick up everything for you so you can save time. So you got to search your local nonprofits in your area. You'd be surprised how many would pick up some of this stuff from storage units.
Yep. Long story short, get you a game plan together and get to work.
That's grind wine. Storage Changer wants to know what all of our feelings on buying a manager's special unit. Jack.
I've done it very few times, and it's worked out terribly every time. So when I hear manager special, I won't buy it. But I'm not saying that there's not potential there. I think it would definitely depend on the facility. So if you have a relationship with the manager there, then maybe they'll assure you that it's not all garbage. But so far, the couple times I bought it, it was terrible experiences. I mean, including one of the worst ones I've ever bought. So manager special, no thanks. I'm out. I'm not interested.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple ways you can go about manager special units. Really, the idea when you buy storage units is to find that treasure, the stuff that's really expensive or really cool or really unique. And I think that your chances of buying a manager special unit and finding that stuff is slim to none. But there is some manager special units that you'll get that have, big restaurant equipment, machinery, big stuff that the normal, storage unit buyers can't handle. And sometimes that stuff is big money. So it just really depends. And then also furniture, if you find like a manager special unit that has like solid wood, beautiful furniture, sometimes that happens. And if you have space for it, you can sell that stuff, which is nice. But Vast majority, I'm with Locker Nuts. I stay away from manager special units. I just don't like the idea that somebody's been in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my understanding of them is that, like, during the month when, say, a couple tenants move out and they'll leave like a dresser or they'll leave a mattress or even a couple lamps or something, and the facility needs the space, what they would do is just gather all the loose ends and put it into one. And pretty much it's what people didn't want. So most likely it's not really going to be worth much.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you're talking about like going to storagetreasures.com, if you look, it says manager special / non-lean unit. Okay. What I would do if something looks interesting is call the facility and talk to the facility manager. See if that is something that they procured into one storage unit to auction off, or if it's something that someone abandoned. Okay. So the difference between being like behind on bills and literally just not paying for your storage unit, that's not abandoned. Okay. Abandoned is where someone says, I don't want it anymore. Do what you will with it. Okay. And I've actually bought 2 or 3 manager special non-lean units, and they weren't just like a manager putting the stuff in there. They were abandoned units where the people just said, you know what? I don't want it anymore. Do what you want to with it.
Yeah.
And those actually turned out to be extremely profitable because my competition was scared to buy it.
Well, yeah, private sellers. You'll find a lot of that too. You know, that's kind of the same thing. Obviously, they're caught up on their bill, so they're not in delinquent status, yet they want to get rid of the stuff that's in the storage unit. And that's kind of common. Like, let's say that the parents pass away and they're in Florida. They don't want to go get the stuff, so what they'll do is they'll have the storage treasures. They can create an account and auction off the belongings as a private seller. And some of those are really, really good. I bought a few private seller storage units for sure. And it's really common when, there's a family member that passes away and the family just doesn't have time to deal with it. They'll have the facility auction it off on storage treasures. And even the live auctioneers will say, okay, this is a private seller, storage unit going up for auction. They're kind of rare, but they do happen. So yeah, that's cool.
I personally probably pass up 99 out of 100 manager units. But if you look at a unit and they don't if say a manager throws a $1,000 item in there and a couple dressers and some other stuff, and no one wants to buy it, why would you not bid 100 or 200 bucks? If you open it up and you see a couple useless china hutches, a piano, and a couch, obviously you pass that up. But if you see an automatic profit, because a manager's unit usually is not full, it's kind of loosely stuff that somebody left behind or they placed in there, it's real obvious to tell whether or not you can make money. I would do it if it's worth the money.
I have seen though, recently where you get a small corporate company, like basically a mom and pop storage unit facility, and they put some brand new kitchen appliances, like some KitchenAids and stuff in there, and they called it a manager special unit, and the bid went up to $900 on this thing, right? So if there's red flags, it may seem too good to be true. So you really got to look at the photos as much as you possibly can. I don't know how the heck I still don't know how they would do that. I think they just grabbed some stuff they had, put it in there, and then put it up on storage treasures as a manager special unit. But where did they get that brand new stuff? There were so many red flags. So you kind of want to ask yourself that kind of stuff when you're going through it, either online or live.
Yeah.
The around here, we've got some guys that are storage buyers, and they're going through the units and selling the stuff, and the stuff they can't sell or the stuff they don't want to lug out, they're getting their own units and basically staging them. So that's another thing that you got to be careful with the private seller. Here, we're seeing it happen, and they're making some money, but I don't think there's a good chance that there being very good merchandise in there, but they look awfully good in the photos. Do you guys have that in your areas?
I've seen a couple, but obviously, it's obvious that it's staged, and I just stay away from it because I just, I want surprise. I don't want, I want good surprises, not bad surprises.
Right.
Yeah, I love the surprise.
Good surprise, amen. Don wants to know how long all of us have been buying storages. If Jack, you want to start with that?
I started before. Also, Mike Franco's in the chat there. What's up, Mike? Hey, I started right when the shows came out, so I'm one of those guys that the old timers say ruined it for everybody. As soon as the shows came out, I loved it. I was addicted to watching it, and I had to have more, so I started going to auctions. But and when I went, it was like 100 people at the auctions. Like, it was definitely at the peak of the excitement. In the same facilities now, we have maybe 12, 15 people. So it's definitely died down, but that's when I got in.
Wait.
We're going on 7 years now, so it's been a while. And just to touch on Global Voodoo, my man over here, I always recommend as storage unit buyers that you are on YouTube day one, because that's one of two things. One, your video may do extremely well, and you can take on more risk when you're on a YouTube because you get a little bit of YouTube revenue, which helps with the cost of the storage units. But more importantly, as you put the video out, like I'll do a storage unit and I'll put that video out like the next day, because what will happen is some people may see something that I didn't know if that was of value. Yeah. And before I get rid of it, they'll tell me, and then okay, so you don't lose money. So two things there. But yeah, going on 7 years now. So
Alex? Oh, we got to real quick. We got someone else is coming to join us in here real quick. Let's got another guest here. Someone else is coming to join us in here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's got his volume up, so we're playing in the background.
He's running through the house.
Yo, what's up, guys? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can watch the house too. You got something playing.
Huh?
Turn your volume down.
Turn your volume down.
Dude, what is this? Hold on. Something's going on.
Click out.
Turn off your
Oh my God, yo, I'm gonna have to join back in or something.
All right, Alex. After that commercial break.
A while. Like before I moved to the Bay Area, I was doing it probably for, I'd say, 3 years maybe, and then coming out here, I've been out here for about 3 years, Mike? So probably like six, 7. But before that, I was on and off. Like I would buy one and make some money, and then just lag off for the rest of the month. Won't buy none, go to regular work, and then it just turned into just an everyday thing.
Drip trader.
Yeah, I'm the young pup here, no doubt about it. I started buying storage units. I guess it was November, December last year, and man, I got to tell you what, I feel like I've got so much experience already because I keep buying them. So, but I mean, it comes really quick, you know. But it's a blast. I don't think I'll ever look back, honestly. So.
Yeah, I'm going on 92 years now buying storage units. I'm just kidding. 13 years now is what I'm working on. About 1,500 storage units in counting. Guapo, what's up? How long you been doing this?
I've been doing this for 6 months, 3 weeks, 42 hours, and 17 minutes, and 12, 13, 14 seconds.
Nice.
No, it's been under a year, guys. I don't know. It's not long like you, Mike, for real. But it's addicting with a capital A. And yeah. Oh, and back to the manager special. Don't ever do it, guys. Ever. It will never work. Anything. Unless you get it for like a penny and you're bored, don't do it, guys. Ever.
So you said we have a chance.
I mean, you know, bottom line, fellas, is it's all of it. We're all in business to make money. So, how much what's your revenue? What are you grossing? So if you get something for a penny, and we have flea markets and avenues to move junk, like like Thrift Trader said, you know, he'll put something out for a day. And it's so funny because like you described my experience at the flea market. I'll put something out that I know for sure won't sell, for sure, 1000%. And that'll be the only thing that sells that day or something, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy what people buy sometimes. You just got to give everything a shot.
Mm-hmm.
But too, you know what else falls in that same little area category, whatever, is me and Mike were talking about it earlier. It's weird, but as long as you have buyers for certain things, anything you can make money off of. But you just got to have the buyers. Like we were cleaning out a unit and some bats came up and Mike's like, I got a Batman. I'm like, you ain't got no Batman. And next day, guy pulls up and here's Batman. I'm like,
Here's Batman.
No.
Yeah, the guy pulls up, buys bats, and then it reminded me because I just sold some office chairs that the same guy he said he was looking for some office cubicles. And how many times do we see office cubicles and pass them up because it looks like a whole bunch of work and it's not that much profit? But he said, I have cash and I'm ready to buy. So now my radar's on. You know what? I need some office cubicles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got an office.
I was explaining to Alex is important. Like one of my strategies is half the time I buy a unit or something, I already know who I'm selling it to before I even purchased it because you have the sales lined up, boom, done, on to the next one. It's
that's something I'm working on is we've got a book at the thrift store that when people come in and we don't have what they're looking for, we take their name and number down and what they're after. And when I run across it, all we got to do is give them a call.
Yeah.
It's all about building those contacts, and that happens over time, not overnight, but over time. You'll have those contacts and different people that want different things.
Yep.
nice.
Yeah, guys.
Does anybody on the panel here have any questions for us to answer?
I wanted to add one thing because we give people asking questions about our business, our business approach and stuff, but we're all kind of different here. And there's guys out there that are way different than any of us. But for me, like I do almost everything by myself. Jana helps me a little bit in the flea markets. My mom's helping me. But for me, like we're talking about manager specials, for me, it's like, I don't want to touch that because it's just inventory. And like Wade's saying, I want to go after the treasure. I want the big find. I want the exciting stuff. But there's guys out there that have a machine they got to feed. They've got workers that come and expect to have work so they can get paid and make a living. They have trucks that are ready to go. These guys need to feed the machine. If they don't have inventory, those manager specials or the free ones or the $1, the $5 ones, even if they don't look good, that's just stuff to feed your machine if you don't have anything else. So in those cases, those could be very good investments and maybe just a necessary part of doing business, even if it's not a profit. They just need to feed it so their guys have work and get paid, even if there's no money, no profit. So just keep that in mind too. Everyone's got a little different setup.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike pays people when he goes to the flea market. So he has to meet at least a certain amount, just to get his employment paid, and then everything else would be profit, and I feel like that's a decent strategy, just given like the work, you can just kind of just relax, you can promote your channel, you can, kind of goof off a little bit and work at the same time. But, imagine, Mike, if you didn't pay those guys. Imagine if all that money was yours and you were capable of doing all that work,
For me, like it's impossible. Physically, I can unload an entire 16-footer by myself, sell it. I'm going to lose probably more in one person's cost of help in the step that's going to happen. And it wouldn't transpire. Like the old saying, it takes money to make money. The amount of stuff I take to the market on a Monday and a Wednesday and I eliminate is worth the $250, $300 it cost me to sell in one day.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's physically impossible for you to get rid of like that amount of volume.
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have enough hands. Yeah, I hear you.
Well, I mean, like a couple of weeks ago, I ended up with like $8 that day after everything was said and done. But generally, I walk away with like $600 to $2,000 in a day's sales after expenses. So it's priceless.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're putting
Yeah, but it's cool too though because the guys we got working for us at the market. Like there's one guy, Tony, he's like super awesome, and he could kind of tell when your load is kind of crap, and he knows it ain't gonna be that good of a day. And he'll be like, I'm not worried about it. Just shoot me a little something. And it's like, all right, I'll pay him. But then the next time with something good, I make sure I look out for him the next time. But he kind of knows the business. He tell you, oh, you know what? You need to get some big ones. We need to work this week. And you're driving off in your truck. It's like, you can do it. Buy the biggest one. I'm like, oh man, like
Right.
that's his hustle. Like we all got hustles. His hustle is to go up there and work for us.
Yeah, and it's all about getting rid of your items as quick as possible to buy more, to feed the addiction, more of that treasure hunt, more, it doesn't help when we hit gold mines, because then you just want to hit a bigger gold mine next time, or you want that thrill, and and YouTube also takes time too, so that also cuts into the the time to work.
YouTube is a job in itself, literally. Like I spend minimum 40 hours a week, and I think Jack spends more time than me because his editing is a lot longer process. I can only fathom,
Yeah, man, Jack, your editing is sick, man. You got some sick edits, man. You're patient.
My old stuff is better because I only put out a video every week. Now every day I don't think they're that good. But thank you.
You're welcome.
They're excellent, Jack. I always liked them. I've always been a fan of Logger Nuts.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Since day one.
Yeah, it's just
Alan says he bet taxes are rough when selling at the flea market. Well, the beauty of taxes is as a self-employed employee or business, you get to write off so much stuff. Like I get to write off part of my garage. I get to write off every mile I drive to the flea market, 56 cents a mile. I get to write off my cell phone because it's a full business expense, part of my internet, my storage unit, any maintenance on the truck. I had to put a new motor in my truck, $4,000. That's like a write-off, actually. And if you note what you sell on a day-to-day basis, you get to write off so much stuff. It's not that really hard to keep track of if you take the effort to do so. How do you guys handle your cash transactions for taxes?
Didn't we already talk about that just recently?
I got a girl for that.
right there. Where we at? Right there.
We should cue Liz right now.
Huh?
We should cue Liz then right now.
No, we put it all together, and then I just pay someone to figure it all out for me and crunch it all down. I just make sure I got all the proper paperwork on my behalf to give her and let her do what she got to do with it.
What about you, Wade?
I have a kind of the same thing. So I kind of gather everything. I use GoDaddy, and it auto syncs everything pretty much for me. And then I'll pay somebody at the end of the year, and guys, a lot of people, they do their own taxes, and that's fine. You want to save money, but the time isn't crazy. It's awesome to be able to pay and then have that time back. So for me, it's worth the time to pay and have somebody kind of go through that.
Thanks, Victoria.
Jack, your videos are phenomenal.
Tell that man. That man.
I need to practice a little more editing. I need to get that down a little more in my editing. I just kind of scan through and that's it. But we just recently got a new iPad to where we can try to do a little more things on it, put a little more special effects. But I like to just give it how it is. How I record it, that's what it is.
That's right, Susan. Guys, hit the thumbs up button too, right?
Yeah, no kidding. 241 people watching, only 149 thumbs up. Let's get it to 200.
What happened? What happened?
Oh no, we were close.
Oh my gosh!
What do you need? 3 points,
dude. I'm sweating right now. I need man. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. There's no points in the fourth right now. I need 44 points total. So
you need a touchdown.
You need a touchdown.
4. Yeah, I need a touchdown. I mean, oh man! All right. We're on the 20th.
Can everybody manifest a touchdown for Wade right now, preferably by the 49ers?
Yeah, that's like $4,000 on the line, guys. Seriously.
Oh my God.
Excuse me. Yeah, I hope it happens. But it's a parlay, so I'm not in at $4,000. I'm in at 150. It's a 17 parlay. This is my last leg, but yeah.
That's your last leg. I hate that.
I know it never is easy on the last one for some reason. One day I just want to build. No, guys.
Randy wants to know what everybody's best day at the flea market is in sales.
Well, my best day and only day at the flea market was $200.
I don't know. I can't remember. 800 is like a good day to me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Mike, you have no idea how much more money is in your state than mine.
Oh yeah.
You know, the minimum wage is even higher, you know. And you know, I've been to Cali multiple times, so I felt like the economy. What'd you say?
I said oxygen is more expensive here than anywhere else.
Yeah, bro. Burger King's prices are more expensive over there, dude. It's hilarious.
How much for clean air?
What about you, Jack?
Well, it depends on the market, right? But at Stockton, $500 is like decent. 600 is like great. But you know, at the better markets, if we don't do 1,000, it's disappointing. But those are like the once a month markets. And at the vintage market, if we got good stuff, then we've done, I forget what we did last time, a couple $1,000s, I think, last time we went to Alameda. So it just depends on the market. But at the low end market, the regular one, 500 or 600 for me is good. I'm happy.
Nice. Wade, what about you?
So I like what Locker Nut said, because we all have kind of different styles and different businesses. I actually don't do flea markets. There's not really any good ones around me here in Oregon. So I do like pretty much all online from storage units and local, of course, but no flea markets.
Awesome. What about you, Alex?
I had, are we saying my best day or are we just saying on average?
I think she said the best.
Best day ever at the flea market.
A couple months back, I think it was over $5,000.
That's a good day.
But that's just because I woo!
Touchdown! Touchdown!
Hey,
Yeah,
put the game on.
Touchdown!
Woo! All right.
Yeah, Wade's the woohoo!
I'm like sweating over here drinking water. And okay, good. This thing is off now. Full attention to you guys.
Yeah,
what was that, Alex?
It was. I think it was that much because I had a little bit of gold on me that I had found, and the gold guys at the market. So it's like
a little bit of gold.
Without that, it'd have probably been like a $3,500 day.
Oh,
that's not bad though.
Yeah, it was good. I was happy for it, and it was all profit. It was a unit I got a while back that I paid a pretty penny for, but I made my money back off the first load, and it was a 10 by 30, and I ended up getting like 6 loads out of that unit. It was crazy.
I did a couple weeks ago at Alameda. I did a $6,100 day in just military clothing. But technically today, Alex, you have a new record. We closed a $10,000 deal at the flea market. In my eyes, that's a flea market sale.
Wow.
Yeah.
10,000 for what?
What I showed you in the video the other day.
Oh, wow. What a deal.
Yeah.
Man, that's sick. I'm happy for you. That's great, actually.
So that's
I watch the videos to see it.
Yeah, you guys got to stay tuned. Everybody in this live, if you guys aren't excited for Pirate and Stalker and Little Mama's videos on this new purchase, I don't know what you guys are watching storage unit videos for.
That's right.
Sneak peek that no one's seen.
Chick-fil-A! Dude, I gotta shave, dude. I was playing that part, man. I gotta get a haircut tomorrow. I just wanted to share that with the fellas in the group.
Wade, you got a specific question here from Broken Arrow. She wants to know with the $5 super chat, has your mom always been part of your production? It looks like you guys have fun together.
Yeah. So, yeah, mom is amazing. You know, long story short, my dad passed away when I was 4, so I cherish her because she's, you know, we've got a really small family, and I know that when she passes, I'm gonna watch all these videos. So it's more for me, selfish reasons, to have her on all my videos, so that way it kind of helps me. But yeah, she's my camera person. So
is that who was holding the baby in the top ramen noodle video?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've got a couple of those, but yeah. Everybody was like, "Is that your wife?" No, that's my. That was.
Are you
mom.
talking about the Kiki challenge?
Oh, that one. Yeah. Mom was in that one too. Yeah. That. Oh, thanks, Alex. Now they're all gonna look at that.
I can't wait to meet you in person. You better be wearing that noodle.
You-
You better watch out. I might throw some sriracha on you.
It's funny. I haven't I used to do the noodle thing like in college a lot, and I haven't had ramen noodles in a while. But I actually I cooked it for the kids this morning, for like a lunch kind of thing, and I was like, man, I haven't had this in a while. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I want to touch on the. I'm jealous about these guys, because they have these crazy cool flea markets, especially in California. And the best thing about flea markets is creating contacts. I think there's a lot of people that go to those flea markets that you can kind of like, create those contacts. Different people looking for different things. I wish I had that here, but yeah. It's I need to go to California one of these times and hang out.
You're more than welcome.
Why don't you come soon?
I should. Yeah, I mean, like, I got good friends in Orange County and that area. Like, I definitely should come down there and buy a few storage units, or at least help you guys. I'll bring the muscle.
We have good units around here.
I got family in Madeira, so that's not too far off. I guess.
No, that's pretty close.
But I can't do it until I go noodling with Jason.
Bring it.
In your noodle outfit. In your noodle outfit.
Hey, that'd make for a heck of a video right there, buddy.
Honestly,
Noodling in the noodle fit.
I just can't. I appreciate Storage Auction Pirate over here, because had I not been on this live show, I would have been eating on my fingernails, like waiting for the total to go over 44. So this was a good distraction.
Nice.
So many people thought the Niners were going to lose today because they think we have this easy schedule, and oh man, I'm excited for the rest of the season.
About darn time you guys have a good year, like, and you guys have everything going on, and also too, like, you got to understand, Green Bay is a public team. I love Green Bay. I mean, everybody loves Green Bay, and the public bets Green Bay. So you got to be careful when you're betting Green Bay. They're a great team, but they're still a public team. So.
How was the Browns game today, Guapo?
Oh my God, it was absolutely insane. I woke up at like 9 a.m. Almost lost my voice. They had a pinata. I don't even know if I got a video. They had a pinata of the quarterback that Myles Garrett like tackled. and like, bro, the whole fans were just like going crazy on the pinata, bro.
Oh my God.
And dude, it was just like, it's just really, I like tailgates because like, I don't know how like any other state does it or city, but like in Cleveland, you have to walk to like where you're going, and every like spot you walk has a different song. So I geek out because I'm just listening to different songs like every other second as I'm walking through it, and it's just like a ritual, so the tailgating was awesome. The game was awesome because we need to win this. And being a Browns fan, bro, like nobody, I mean, we haven't won. Like, I'm 25 years old, dude. I don't think I've ever seen us go to the playoffs.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, like, okay, so I'm from Oklahoma, and Baker Mayfield is my boy. All right. Baker Mayfield, he came from the University of Oklahoma. I went to school at the University of Oklahoma. I got close ties with OU. And the thing is like when I found out that Baker Mayfield got drafted by the Browns, I just that's his pro career, but he's turned the team around.
I mean, bro, that head will be picked up by the end of the season. So instead of this, you're gonna be going like this.
Dang, Jack, there's someone on the panel whose team is kind of way suckier than yours. Sorry, Garbo.
It's all good, man.
The fact that he stays faithful with this team, though, that's what's priceless.
Yeah, I'm a diehard Browns fan. My father's an Eagles fan, so I like the Philadelphia Eagles as well. But Browns will always be number one for real.
What's probably cool about that, though, you probably can go to a game for like $20, huh?
No. No, not really, because I'm not getting in the nosebleed seats, man. I'm still spending like 140 a game, man.
Free parking.
Our tickets skyrocket. I don't even think you're getting in the building for like under 250, 300.
Really?
Yeah, they skyrocketed. It's crazy. Like the game tonight, I was looking into tickets like 3 weeks back, and it was just like, nope, everything's sold out. I'm like, man, they had like standing room for like 250. I'm not about to go stand up for
no way.
hours.
That's a lot of money, bro.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
250, like that's incredible.
Yeah, 250.
I mean,
and you were
Brown
like
still
the
has
upper
talent
level.
though. Like they still got ODB, you know, Jarvis Landry, Chubb. It's all rookies. Like it's definitely a lot of stars. It's just they're all on a, you know, their franchise isn't as good as it should be for real. We just make the wrong decisions. Like, we just can't make the right decisions, you know, when it comes to like the coaching and the QBs. And, you know, finally we got Baker. So, but anyways, guys, comment below what you guys want us to talk about. Because before you know it, this is going to be a first take episode.
They look bored, right? Karen says you look bored. You could join the conversation with us. You guys want to ask her any questions?
Let me see.
Yeah, when's the next video coming out?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Video. She doesn't know.
I haven't recorded one yet.
How about you film one tomorrow? We're going to work, right? Hustle, grind, and wine.
Mike, you're gonna have to just record her, get her sign-ins, and just release it on her channel for her.
Do all the work.
Yeah, she was catching some. She had the ball rolling. She was getting the views and everything, and you just stopped.
Well, maybe you could help motivate help motivate her tomorrow while we're at the flea market. We could just make footage and then send it to her and be like, sequence that and put it out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jack, you selling tomorrow?
Yeah.
You accomplished what a lot of people it takes a long time to accomplish, and might as well take advantage of it. You got a bunch of people to back you, like all the people here. Take advantage of the situation.
Totally.
Absolutely. I can't wait for one of us to go to each other's states, though. That's gonna be
I need
insane.
I need to turn into Rob Schneider. Like, you can do it. You know?
I like Rob Schneider.
Alex said somebody says you need a better mic.
For me?
Yeah, it's when you get closer. How far is your phone from me? That's what I'm wondering. If it's like the distance, because when you're farther, it's lower, and
Like this far.
when you get close, it's much louder.
Is it?
Yeah,
It must be blown to my speaker.
what we see in your nose.
I gotta scream.
Well, basically, guys, we're over an hour now, so it's about time to wrap it up. Does anybody have? Let's just go through it. Anybody want to say something? Close this.
Hey, Red got a great question though.
Who's that?
Red the toy got a great question. You guys,
We've been doing this for 50 years. Where do I expect to be? Where do we expect to be in 50 years in this business? I'm going to go first, and I'm going to stay retired before anybody else gets a chance to. Jack, you can go ahead and answer next.
50 years, I'll probably be dead. That's 99 for me. Come on, shoot.
Hey, you want the truth? Nothing but the truth.
And if I'm alive, I won't be even probably remembering what all this storage locker stuff was about.
What about you, Wade?
Well, I bought a back brace the other day, so that tells you something, guys. I'm going to try to do it a little longer. But, yeah, I can't. Yeah, not another 50 years. Not even another 30 years.
That's not bad. Alex?
Honestly, I want to get where my level that I'm at to like a height to where if any of my kids or little cousins or any of them want to be able to try to do it, to where I'll be able to help them with things that I had mistakes with, just, you know what I mean? Just to basically pass the game on.
All right. Jason?
Man, I tell you what, in 50 years, I hope I've got like 3 or 4 thrift stores, and I got guys that I just go out and buy the storage units, and I got guys that are hauling all the stuff back to the warehouse, and I just sort through it. You know, that's where I want to be in 50 years. I don't want to do any of the heavy lifting, leave that up to other people to do. I just want to go through all the treasure and then put it on the shelves, you know.
Man, I'm gonna be 75, so I don't know, man. I mean, in 50 years, like, I'm not even thinking that far. I just know that, like, I want to just wake up a better person than I was before every morning. And just, if this business blows up and I do end up making a corporation out of it, I do want to pass the information on to my kids and my kids' kids. And hopefully I do make an insane, huge treasure business or something. That would be, like, I guess, ideal. I don't really know if that's my dream though. This is just what I'm doing right now, to be honest.
A
But
chain of stores like Chick-fil-A.
like
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, storage filet.
You know what? Looking now, you said 50 years. That would make me 84. If I'm not 6 feet under, I'm gonna wish I was.
No, man, come on.
Oh.
You don't even know,
I'll be
man.
ready to go home, bro. I
You could have
promise
something
you. I will be
crazy.
ready to go home.
84.
Yeah.
That's the same age I'd be.
Be ready to go home.
Papa, you're only 25.
Man, yes, sir.
Oh, young buck over here.
Hey,
Oh.
I'm the youngest in the whole
So
friend group, man.
So
I'm like,
you're fresh. You hanging with the AARP club right now.
that's what I'm saying. The Vietnam vet, man. We got a lot to learn. I learned like 5 things every FaceTime conversation with this guy right here.
That's right. That's right. You got to get you a real OG young buck.
That's funny.
Oh man. Dude,
Oh my god. Yes. Oh man. We could talk forever, guys.
That we can. But like I said, anybody have any closing statements or any exciting news they want us solicit for the upcoming weeks or et cetera, et cetera?
Tuesday, 8 p.m. my first live. What the hell will be there?
This Tuesday?
This Tuesday, 8 p.m. my first scheduled live. That's gonna be on my channel. We're gonna have so many things to talk about. I'm making people laugh the whole time. Vader's gonna actually talk for the first time.
Wow.
And yeah, bro, it's gonna be insane.
You've been studying ventriloquism?
Yeah, no, he just has a button, but I ain't pressed it yet.
Impressive, yeah.
Do you have it already set up with the link to go?
No, I don't. So I'll probably put it in a video tomorrow or something.
You could set the live like pretty much after this video and the time for it to activate from your device, and that way we could share the link and get people there and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably FaceTime. I'll probably bother you after this live.
All right.
Guide me through it.
Fair enough.
Teach them something, Mike.
What's up?
Teach them something.
We talk a lot. Like I said,
tomorrow.
All I got is the big news. This week we're gonna be releasing a whole bunch of videos from an excellent unit. So tune in.
Yeah, for real, guys.
Exciting one.
what about you, Jason?
Dude, I don't have anything right now. I'm still trying to get the balance of time and getting everything put together, because it's been crazy the past couple of months for me making this move, and I think we're almost there. We're almost back to the regularly scheduled programming. So we'll get.
Hey, I got a question for you, Thrift Trader. The stuff you have in your store, do you have like an online store we could shop your store online?
Yeah, I've got an eBay. It's just Thrift Trader on eBay.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I also am on Poshmark, if I can even remember. I think I'm Thrift Trader there too.
Jason's famous, guys. He was he had his beautiful face on the front page of the paper recently.
I seen that.
Did he?
Yeah, I made obviously Newcastle, Oklahoma didn't have anything good to talk about that week, but yeah, I made the front page of the paper, and it's helped out tremendously. I think the community's really taken me in. So
he even had a Jason. You can tell him about the really wealthy lady that came in there and was like, "Hey, son, sell some of your stuff for me."
You know, having this thrift store and the paper also helped. People know that I sell on eBay also, and this lady came in with an Italy or it's like an Italian statue, small statue, but she was like, "Hey, I saw the paper you sell on eBay. Can you consign this with me?" And I was like, "Okay." And I looked it up, and it's selling for $450. And she's like, "I have like 13 of these." I was like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, well, how much do you want out of the sale of this item?" And I told her how much it sells for. She's like, just give me 20% and I'll be happy. I was like, so you want $50? I'm going to sell it for $450. You want $90 and you'll be okay with it. And she said, yeah. And I was like, okay, I will sell this and I'll call you. I'll get your $90 and we can look at the other 12.
I would have just cashed her out right then and there. I would just paid for them.
I mean, you know, she wants it consigned, so that's what we'll do.
Can we see the statue? It's on your eBay, you said?
No, it's not up yet. It's going to be really soon because I just got all of my eBay.
I might need in the market for a new statue.
It's last Armani. It's an Armani statue of some sort. I mean, it's like fine art. So it's crazy.
My last statue fell off the picnic table and his head broke off.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
You don't collect nothing, Alex?
Money,
and I got a section in my dining area. It's like all Niners. It's all Niners stuff, and then I've been collecting a lot of little Mac Dre things here and there.
Mac Dre from the Bay.
Yeah,
I said those balls went up recently, and they're like a couple $100. You need to Google those ones.
What?
One of them, his fingers are kind of messed up, but they're nice. They're it's Mac Dre, just one that says Stiz on it with the tie-dye shirt, and the other one is the one from the CD he made, I think, with Mac Mall.
One of them's doing 300. There's a certain one of those bobbleheads.
I bought them from you because I wanted to keep them. I don't mind what they're worth.
I know, and I gave you a deal because you wanted to keep them, but
no.
Yeah, for
Thanks.
real.
Yeah, but I do got a lot of Niner stuff I'm keeping. I got like some autographs, Mike. I kept a book with nothing but like when they were the best team ever, and it's like all their cards in there. It's crazy. I got a bunch of little stuff. Alex collects kids.
That's retirement, guys. That's his retirement.
With that being said, good night.
With that being said, good night.
Oh my God.
I'm done.
Oh wow, that is hilarious.
what about you? Hey, you got anything you want to clue us in on?
I have the world's most massive news, guys, but I can't tell you for another like 10 days. But
I love a good tease.
yes, this is going to help a lot of people in the community in the storage unit community, and I can't wait. So in 10 days, hopefully, me and the Storage Auction Pirate can link up again, and we'll tell you all about it.
Definitely.
Susan. I love everybody. Shout out to Granny, though. I've been wanting to say that for a minute.
Definitely link up because, like I said, one of my goals here of my life is basically instead of making it just boring old be by myself, I like having my friends, and every week I want to alternate people as well as Jack and Alex joining. So hopefully have you back on again soon. Jack, do you have anything exciting?
Oh, just join us tomorrow night. We've got our Monday night live. We're trying to do that every Monday, so 6 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, we'd really appreciate it if you guys join us. Our giving thanks, Thanksgiving week. So, and that's it for us. But wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. If we don't talk to you again,
man, I can't wait for turkey.
Alex, will you be live for Thanksgiving? I think you announced on your.
I think it's Thanksgiving. Until I realized that I'm cooking the day before Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna go live Thanksgiving. And yes, it's gonna be around all my family, so I'm gonna be probably having a duck and dodge people because everybody's gonna try to get in the camera. But yeah, most likely Thanksgiving I will be live.
that's awesome.
Nice. And do you have any exciting news you want to say? You're gonna make a video tomorrow. You want to include them in on that?
That's very exciting news. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to
Is
hear
you making a video?
tomorrow.
She gets mad. I put her on the spot all the time. I try to make her a little
Nice.
I got a
more
proposition
comfortable.
for you. If you make the video, premiere it, and I'll super chat you.
Ooh. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm doing the same. I'll do that too.
What? Maybe you just go live from the market tomorrow. How about that? Warm up with the live.
Yep. Who says no to money?
Nice.
Video. Come on, guys.
And
You can do it, Noodler.
Poor Jason, he's never gonna live that down.
I love my daughter. I like to, that's one of my things that I believe to get out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you have to be a little uncomfortable. So I kind of push her, and each time I think she gets less and less more comfortable each time. So that's just how I roll. The only thing I got is I gotta say I'm gonna be releasing an arsenal of videos this week, and if you have not seen a find like what we will be showing at the end of this week, we closed the deal on it already. Paperwork's being sent off. I'm excited to release it, and that's all. That's the only news I got. So, like
Yeah,
Jack,
guys,
Thanksgiving to
crazy.
everybody out there. You close me up. I guess that's it, guys. Everybody want to say goodbye? Like, hey,
I love everybody because she shared. I love you because she shared. I'll see you guys
Happy
later.
Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day.
Thanks for